Hi, thanks for joining me. Excuse the noise, there appears to be some kind of military helicopter hovering around the area, so that's fun. Alright, for now we're going to go ahead and focus on what are known as subject, verb, and object sentences. This is only one type of construction you can use for more basic sentences in English. And the reason I want to focus on this, at least in particular with my class, is mainly because what I'm seeing is oftentimes we have a subject and a verb or a very simple predicate, but sometimes these verbs that my kids or my students use lack an object, meaning they're lacking the thing in the sentence that is being affected directly by the verb. So what I'd like to do is look at a few examples just to kind of break them down to give you a better idea of what it is, what it looks like, and how you can examine it. All right. So in the first example that I'm going to go ahead and give you is, let's go ahead and start off with something simple like the woman. The woman built, a strong stone wall. A strong stone wall. Very exciting to watch me write. Right, so when you are looking at the sentence construction, what you need to do is first ask yourself, who, or in some cases, what is the sentence about, which will help you identify the subject. In this example, we have the woman built a strong stone wall. So I know I'm referring directly to a woman, this case, the woman, as my subject. I'll go ahead and label it as such. Well, what did she do? Well, she built a strong stone wall, but the direct verb here is built. Right? That's exactly what she's doing. So I'm going to label it as a verb. And the object of that verb, so the thing in this case that she built would be a strong stone wall. So that's going to be the object of that verb. It completes the entire predicate, which I'm going to go ahead and circle in blue. So the verb, in addition to the object, are a part of a complete predicate. Excuse me. So let's go ahead and look at another example in a similar style. Oops, let me go ahead and switch over. The children, excuse my handwriting, eat buns, like a bread. Oops, if I could spell, eat buns, cake, and biscuits. All right. Once again, when you're looking at these sentences and you're not quite sure what the subject is, you simply have to ask yourself, well, who, or in some cases, what is the sentence about? We know the sentence is talking about kids eating cakes and biscuits and whatnot, but the focus of the sentence itself would be, in this example, the children, right? We're talking about the children. That's kind of the heart or the subject of our sentence. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and label it, just to break it down. Now, okay, well, what did the children do? What's the main verb we're looking for? Well, they eat. That's going to be our verb. Okay, well, what was affected by their eating, right? What's the object of that verb? So that's where you look at the rest of the sentence, where the thing that they're eating in this case are buns, cakes, and biscuits. So this, let me go ahead and switch my color just for consistency. So this, in this case, would be the object of the sentence, right? It is being impacted directly by that verb. And once again, in blue, I'm going to go ahead and highlight the complete predicate. And the predicate is separate from the subject. All right, let's look at a third example. All right, in this example, I have the professor threw an orange because he was so full of rage. Okay, once again, who or what is the sentence about? Excuse me. In this case, we're talking about the professor, which is like a teacher at a university or whatnot. So I'm going to go ahead and once again underline it, identify it with a label as my subject. Okay, well, what is this person doing? Okay, well, he threw, right? Past tense of throw. So that's my verb. All right, well, what's the object? What is being impacted directly by this verb? Well, in this case, the thing that he threw is an orange. So that is going to act as the object. Oops, if I could spell. Oops, I'm not trying to spell orange. It's the object of the sentence. It is being impacted by the verb, or it relates directly to it. Now I'm going to go ahead and circle the complete predicate. Okay, So these are just 3 examples of subject, verb, object sentences. Very, very simple English sentence that you can construct. I do want you to be mindful that when writing sentences, you always need to incorporate both a subject and a predicate for it to be considered complete. And in doing so, be sure that if you're using a verb that's considered transitive, which means it requires an object, that you include an object for that verb. Like in the case of through, if I had the professor as my subject and through as my verb, that's an incomplete predicate because there's no object to describe what was thrown in that example. And there are a lot of other examples. But anyway, for now, that's just kind of a reminder, a review. All right, guys, thanks for joining me. In the next one, we will be discussing additional sentence constructions. All right, bye.